say there's no evidence to suggest that the syndicate is involved in the killing of donkeys for their hides. Now, this comes after reports that a Chinese syndicate was illegally slaughtering and trading the animals' meat and skin after more than 5,000 donkey skins were found stored in Benoni here on the East Rand. On Monday, the SPCA also said that hundreds of donkeys were slaughtered alive at a farm in Olifantshoek in the Northern Cape. National Police spokesperson Brigadier Vishnu Naidoo now joins us from the Port Elizabeth studios. A very good morning to you, Brigadier, and welcome.
A very good morning, and thanks for having me this morning.
First and foremost, what is your reaction as the SAPS on the poaching and killing on donkeys, and is this trend on the increase?
Well, first and foremost, I must say that we are viewing this in a very serious light, but fortunately, from the reports that we've received so far, these incidents seem to be sporadic. We have had incidents reported, as you rightfully said, in the Northern Cape. We also had 2 incidents reported in the Northwest Province. There's speculation that there may have been incidents reported in Limpopo, but not to the police per se. We're still investigating those allegations, and the latest one was in KwaZulu-Natal at the end of January, where there was the third and final report actually made to us when 2 men were found slaughtering donkeys near the Lesotho border post. Of course, in all of these cases that I've mentioned, we have arrested people, but we haven't been able to establish a specific motive. In one case, the suspects indicated that they were slaughtering the animal for the meat, and others were saying they were slaughtering it for the hide. But of course, we still have to go more in-depth into the actual motive behind the slaughtering of the animals. What we can confidently say now, that there is indeed no evidence to suggest that there was any foreign syndicates involved in this, because the suspects that we've arrested are of South African nationality, and at least 2 of them are foreign nationalities. They have no links with each other. They are in 3 separate areas. The modus operandi is different in all of those cases. So that's not enough for us to go by just yet to establish one particular motive.
So, Brigadier, what then must happen for the SABS to consider this incident as a national crisis? 5,000 donkeys just at one stage, their hides being found. Isn't that enough?
Well, the hides you're referring to, we still have to determine the origin of the origin of those hides. Firstly, we don't know if it is indeed from South Africa. Those incidents that I told you about, as I said, we're viewing it in a very serious light. It happened within the South African borders. We are putting preventative measures in place. You do know that we have stock theft units that are working. We make use of dogs that are trained specifically to prevent and also to combat these crimes from continuing. So because of the fact that it's sporadic, it's only concentrated in 3 areas, and only 3 reports have been made so far of these incidents taking place. We're confident that we have it under control. So we cannot really view it as a national crisis. Once I think we've determined the actual motive, and if there is a link between the 3 cases to suggest that there is one particular syndicate that's involved, and that these hides are indeed destined for a particular foreign country, then we can extend this investigation abroad. You do remember that in Johannesburg last year, we had a CITES conference where there were various issues put on the agenda to be considered for the CITES. So we do have this relationship with our foreign counterparts, and if the situation comes up where we need to engage those counterparts, we have a platform such as Interpol in which to do it, like we do it for other endangered species in the country. And I'm not suggesting that the donkeys are endangered species at this stage.
But what are they? Because the number seems to be growing, and it seems to be an increase there, as well as the manner in which these donkeys are being transported and slaughtered. According to the SPCA, it's a cruel and inhumane manner, and it's unacceptable. Do you concur with them? And what steps will be taken to prevent this from happening?
Well, absolutely. If you look at the manner in which these donkeys are being slaughtered, There's been suggestion, although it's not conclusively proven, that they're being skinned alive, and also the manner in which they're being transported. It is indeed inhumane. There are laws that protect these animals against that, and when we arrest these suspects, we enforce those laws. The Animal Rights Act, then of course there are other criminal laws, because most of these donkeys are stolen, so we also charge them for theft. There's malicious damage to property, and so on and so forth. And these are all serious crimes. So we can set an example by ensuring that these suspects face the full brunt of the law. So we're not suggesting that the manner in which these donkeys are treated are actually acceptable. They're totally unacceptable, and we are dealing with it from a criminal aspect.
Brigadier, I thank you so much for your time and joining us here on Newsroom.
Thanks once again.
That was Brigadier, the National Police Commissioner spokesperson, Brigadier Vishnu Naidoo, is joining us from the Port Elizabeth studios there.